IEBC is set to explain the procedures for the transmission of results for the Thursday election. The process was at the center of the issues raised against the bungled August 8th elections. Our senior reporter Rita Tinina joins us live from the Bomas of Kenya with further insights. Good afternoon, Rita. The transmission of results was the centerpiece of the whole election process on August the 8th, and the arguments that were made at the Supreme Court. What are the plans this time round, just a day to the election?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Akisa. We are waiting for the IEBC to explain the procedure for results transmission. As you mentioned there, it was one of the issues in the presidential petition, and the Supreme Court also agreed with the petitioner, Raila Odinga, that the process was not followed. The results were in fact announced before all the results from all the polling stations were received. The IEBC has been running a campaign in the media trying to explain what will happen, that after the polls close at 6 p.m., then the polling presiding officers at the polling station will tally the results there. Field form 34A, which they will scan before taking the physical form to the returning officer at the constituency level, who will then all tally all the forms 34A from the polling stations before filling form 34B, then transmitting it to the national returning officer here at the Bomas of Kenya. Remember, this time all the forms, physical forms, have to be brought here to the National Tallying Center. So we're expecting the IEBC to make that statement this afternoon. We'll also be raising several issues with them. Remember, yesterday they had a plenary session, all the commissioners, IEBC chairman, and one of the issues they were discussing are the challenges they are facing, especially in the Nyanza region, where the training of their officials was not that smooth. Several training sessions were disrupted by NASA supporters. There was initially a call by Raila Odinga for the supporters to engage in protest tomorrow, but today, in an interview with the BBC, Raila has said he will ask his supporters to stay at home tomorrow. We will be waiting to see whether that will be among the statements we'll be making tomorrow. We are anticipating what Raila terms as a major statement tomorrow, but as of now, Akisa, here at the Bomas of Kenya, we are waiting for that statement by the IEBC chair. Yesterday, he met President Uhuru Kenyatta. It was a very brief meeting. Those who are sort of analyzing the body language couldn't have been a very cordial meeting. In a statement, Uhuru said that he had insisted and maintained that Jubilee does not have any demands, it does not have any conditions, but the party wants the elections to be held tomorrow, as was ordered by the Supreme Court. Akisa.
So what are we likely to see different this time round as compared to the August 8th elections, Rita?
The IEBC has outlined 10 things it says will be different. First of all, it says the officers at the polling stations at the constituency level will have access to the KM kits. The media will also have access during the telling of the results. In fact, in that campaign it has been running, it says when the results are being tallied, when the forms 34A and forms 34B are being signed by the presiding officer and also the returning officer, it will be signed in the presence of observers as well as the media. The issue of the media not being able to monitor what is happening at the constituencies and at the polling stations was one of the issues that NASA raised. Of course, many of its demands have not been met. Remember, as you had mentioned there in the highlights, the last batch of the ballot papers arrives in the country this afternoon. This is being printed by Al Ghurair. This is one of the issues that NASA had raised. It wanted a different company to print the ballot papers. IEBC said it already had an existing 2-year contract with Al Ghurair, and so it is printing the ballot papers. There was also the issue of the company providing the KEMS kits, Otimo. But coming back to what you had asked, Akisa, 10 things that the IEBC says will be done differently this time round, even with the ballot papers, the ballot papers include names of the polling stations. They come with a register to be able to confirm the number of registered voters, Akisa.